Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So when I was in college, there was a time when my professor asked me to stand up in front of the whole class, and he said that, Suraj, you're good with computers and all, but this attitude of yours won't, take you anywhere because, you won't be able to follow any rules by your bosses, and, this isn't good. You will destroy your life because you just don't listen to anyone. And I was like, yeah, okay, fine. So after 2 years, that professor lost his job because of COVID. So college decided not to pay the people like the professors because of COVID, and he tried to rebel. So I was thinking like that man spent his whole life just trying to make a living for his family by working, and he was working like a slave, okay, like every day for that college, and that college didn't even hesitate once. Just because he was unloyal, he did a rebellion, along with few other teachers who also got expelled. So, like, I will never take advice from such man, okay? So I do listen to people I admire, or if I feel like are right, okay? So but when I was a kid, I was always afraid. Okay, at that time, I was always afraid. I was always like, all these people, give me these advices, tell me these things that, the way I do things isn't right. Okay. Um. Now I understand. They were just trying to, like, why are you not standing in line? Okay, so why are you not acting like other sheeps? All right, who are just ready to get slaughtered. So one advice which I always give to everyone is that, don't be a money whore. Okay. Just be a man. All right. Like, these days people are like, they associate manhood with money. They're like, if you're going out, if you're like getting money by doing some job, like by like licking boots of some corporate, this is like man stuff because you are actually bringing food on the table in the family. But that's not exactly similar as like, you know like previously in old days man used to be. Okay. So man was man because they used to do like ballsy stuff. So it's really easy to work under a company and make a life out of it, but what's hard is like doing your own thing. And that's what I always did. Like, I did my own thing. So here's one example. Like, if right now I go to like 10 of my friends, okay, like 10 really good friends, and I ask them to just help me with some of my tech projects, and they're all good, okay, they're all like really good with their jobs and they can do it very easily. And I will tell them, okay, you know what, like I will give you 50% of whatever we are going to earn. They might say they want to help, but they won't help because I'm not their boss, okay. This isn't a job. This is something where they have to do things by their own will, okay? And they won't do it, all right? So, but if I throw money on their face, if I just give them money, then they will do it. Like if I just, write like a offer letter and have them as like a complete stability, like complete job and something like they will do it, okay? That's the kind of mentality which a lot of you people also have. And I really hate that, if you are someone like, if someone can buy you with money, well, you are a slave, right? In my life, I did a job and no one disrespected me in that job. There was one time when, somebody accidentally said something which offended me. Next day, I was about to resign. And trust me, the CEO of the company called me, and like it was a small company, okay. So, but he was really nice with me, and he said that, like he convinced me to not leave the company, okay. But that was just me. I have seen other people in that same job who were not really talented, and they, like nobody even thought once before, like just kicking them out of the company. And all of this was happening to me is because I was good. Like I was good with what I used to do. I was talented. Okay. So that talent I earned because I never went for money. I always went for talent. And if I right now, like if some guy offer me some money, which always happen. Okay, like people offer me for like freelance projects and stuff like that. But if I'm busy like doing something of my own, I will say no. I always say no. And this power of like rejecting money and not becoming a slave and just, being able to do what you want to do is what gives this is what really gives you freedom in life. Like if you're someone who can do something like this, that is what is required to become like fully independent. It's really easy to get success. If money is success, it's really easy to get money too. What's hard is like getting money with your freedom. Okay, so I already made a video about money whores, the kind of people I really hate. It's the kind of people like all you have to do is like throw money on their faces and they just start doing and start working. So a lot of you might think like you guys are not money whore, but think about it. Like you go to a college and you do college assignments, you just prepare for exam, you do like if you're doing a job, like you just do your job properly, you answer to the manager, you join like scrum call, everything. But if you plan to do something for yourself, like your own person project or your own thing, or like six people who are like good with technology, six friends cannot come together and build a company, which is going to, like they're all individually going to work in some company which is big, where they have like giant management. So basically people are not able to work without any strict management, or strict contracts, or basically conditions. Okay, like I people have lost the creativity to do things in life. Like the only time they do work is when it is absolutely necessary. Okay, the only time they do work when they feel like they have to pay some bills, some junk bills. So that's slavery. That is the biggest issue. Like people don't think, okay, I have a life, how about like let's just try this, okay, let's just do this, take some challenge without any money involvement and just do something. So there were some people like who were asking like whether what job I should do. Don't do any job. Okay, if this is what you are going to become by doing job, some self-centered guy who is only going to like you're not doing anything for anyone but just giving all your psychic energy to some corporation. It's better to make a life choice that you're never going to do any corporate job, and not even for learning. Okay, just learn yourself, and this is actually going to make you a better person, because then you have the power of rejecting money and embracing your own personal goals. Okay, so and many people might say that but I have bills to pay and all these things. Like think about it. Like so I have a friend, and like she's really young. Okay, and she was worried like what she's going to do in her career. I said like don't just focus on like earning money for independence. Focus on like not depending on money for independence. Okay, like if you're someone who does not have so much complex needs, if you can love if you can enjoy raw tomatoes or simplicity, without like depending on like costly products, like if you can live without depending on like complex things, then it's better for you, because you are becoming an independent person. So being independent is basically standing on your own feet. Okay, so if you are someone like like you're not dependent on any person and you can freely just do whatever you want, uh the only way is not just by working endlessly for someone, but also becoming a person who is so minimal in life that he does not require so much money, and money will come to you. Like don't feel like you will become end up like a loser. Okay, I can bet, like if I can guarantee this. Okay, people who are like engineers, who have brains and like critical thinking and all, if you give them this challenge that for 5 years you cannot do job, trust me, they will end up finding something, like some really good money making stuff for themselves. Okay, like without depending on anyone. Okay. So I don't even like the idea of like hiring someone. I truly believe like if I want to earn a lot of money, I will end up doing like creating something by just depending on like less amount of people, and all the people I will depend on, I will have them as a team, like equals, not as like an employee. Okay. So whatever the word you see out there, it's not just like the word sucks, it's the people's mentality or like how they got programmed. So it's kind of like dependent origination concept or in Buddhism, like like uh so the way people are programmed that they are incapable of doing anything in their life, okay, until unless like someone throw money on their faces. All right. So that's one of the biggest lessons, like don't be a money whore, and you will gain a lot of respect. Okay, like I have gained a lot of respect from people like who are rich actually. Okay, like who are like doing really good in life, who are talented, who are running businesses. I know so many CEOs, right? All these people, like if I call them, if I ask for any help, like they will help me. But all of that happened because I had like skills. Okay, I gained my respect, freedom based on my skills. So yeah, like so basically you have to create a good balance between because some amount, like money is equal to your control within the system, which is actually not bad. Like if you have like little bit control within the system, it's actually not so bad. So you don't really have to do an Uber, but if you can do a Uber, that's good. Okay. And yeah, people also respect you. So in the end of the day, they are people, and you feel like connected. So if you have like no money, it's like if you're like homeless or something, most of your friends will leave you. So having that little bit amount uh is helpful. Okay. But you don't have to push your limits to the point where you have to like end up becoming a slave for someone else. That's all I want to say, right? So don't be a money whore. And so you go to a college, you go to a job, you do everything like whatever organizations or managements tells you, but you never do things which you're supposed to do for yourself. All right. So keep that in mind.